Hey, good evening, Maria, back with another video. It's 7:54 p.m. Tuesday evening, May 8th, and I am relaxing here, watching some videos from other targeted individuals, some that I haven't actually heard of before, and getting their perspective on what they believe their experience is based on. I have to say, sometimes, I don't necessarily agree with some of their views, but sometimes I would say that there's certain elements that I could actually appreciate from their perspective. Some people bring in, like this one particular person, who I think is a very good speaker. He was basically talking about how he believes that this is based on demonic possession, which I have my own beliefs on that. I do believe some people are demonically possessed. I do. But, I mean, some of these people describe things that, to me, is a little bit out of my range of understanding, and sometimes it seems a little far-fetched. And I think a lot of targeted individuals want to align with other targeted individuals who, how can I say this, don't have experiences or stories that are that fantastic, because it doesn't seem credible, even though, how can I say this, something seems so bizarre. Like, some people think, well, this is demonic possession. Some people talking about reptilians, this sort of stuff. And, I do believe that people can be possessed by demons. I do. I truly believe that. The Bible says it. I do believe that. I do believe that the families that got involved in this, do I believe they're demonic? Yes, I do. I do believe they are. Only because that kind of control is very terrifying, especially if you show that you have no interest in being a part of that. But I do believe that demonic influence is very prevalent here on the earth. Do I believe that there's reptilian hybrids and that sort of stuff? If they exist, then they do. But I personally can't relate to that. All I know is based on my experience of selfish, evil, wicked people and their behavior directed towards me. And I do believe it is. I mean, a human being should have more compassion and understanding towards another human being. When you lack that to the level of mistreating someone to that point, there's something, to me, else going on. So that's all I'm going to say on that subject. So this particular video, really what I wanted to talk about is how people get conned in and sucked into this sort of stuff. So I kept thinking, if I was to meet Karen Johnson, my former boss today, I would ask her what made her think she had the right to do what she did. Was it because she was convinced that Polly Graham was a reputable person? Because I will tell you this. When I first met Polly, I didn't particularly like her. I felt that she was, I don't know. I mean, she was kind of rude and snooty. But I didn't think that she was as low-life as what I've come to believe her now to be. I think she projects an ideal image to some people. When I first got together with her son, I saw pictures of them, and they look like, like this all-American family. There's pictures of him, trips to Disneyland, and, pictures when he was little, and she, dressed really nice, and she talks about going to church and all this other stuff. So the dark side of this particular family is very well hidden. So my question is, was Karen Johnson aware of this particular family and their beliefs and their lifestyle? And if she was, that makes her look even worse in my eyes. Because why would you align with somebody that is that perverted? That is perversion, okay? And that is something that I want nothing to do with. And why would you give someone or allow someone to have some sort of say and control over another person's life, especially knowing these people's backgrounds? Why would you do that, okay? Is it because you were just convinced because I lied to my husband that made me a completely miserable and evil person? That's incorrect. You're not looking at the whole picture, but you need to look at the picture now, It's hard for some people to believe that people like that exist, For me, I understand that people are evil, but I never really understood just how deceptive some people can be. That's deceptive. And perhaps I also think that not only is it demonic, some of it is just ignorance. Okay, I do think that Polly is a very ignorant woman, mainly because she didn't have the social structure and the influence, or maybe a proper role model, I guess, to understand what is the difference between right and wrong. And maybe if she doesn't see anything wrong with that, well, I don't know what to tell you. But I see a lot wrong in that situation, There's a lot of people who project the image and use this whole idea that, oh, I go to church, or I'm a Christian, and that's bullshit, okay? I mean, that's why people need to wake up. That's why I get so frustrated with people jumping on this, well, you have to, we're Christians, and we are this, and this. You should never, Christianity is about humility. I mean, Jesus didn't sit here and brag about who he was. And he had every right to, you know what I mean? But you see these people who call themselves Christians, and they have the most arrogant behavior and attitude towards other people, and they are some of the worst wrongdoers you could ever imagine, I'm not sure if Steve Murray was well aware of this family or not. I have no idea. I will say that if any of these people had knowledge of who these people are and allowed these people to have some sort of say or control over my life, then shame on you. And you know what? You guys are definitely guilty of human trafficking. There is no excuse for it. These people have no legal rights over me at all. And to comply with that is you are definitely participating in human trafficking. And, I think people don't understand exactly what human trafficking is, but this is exactly what it is, And you would think that people such as Karen Johnson and Steve Murray, who claim to be, educated people, would know the difference between right and wrong. Like my sister, Tanya, who has a master's degree, I'm sure she's taken sociology and political science and all these other courses that talk about, social structures and cultures and what goes on out in the world. And yet these people don't recognize what's right in front of their face, And why would you do something like that? Unless, of course, you believe in this sort of cult-like lifestyle. Either way, I have rights, okay? I have rights. And I choose not to be a part of a cult like that. And so to hang on and allow something like this to continue on, when I'm basically saying, stop doing it, you're participating in something that is absolutely downright evil, So don't be fooled by what you hear and people say and what they do. It's more of Christianity. If you are a true Christian, you are going to live your life in accordance to what Jesus lived. You know what I mean? I like what this person said. He's like, you would not be a part of gang stalking if you're a true Christian. You wouldn't be. Okay? You would have nothing to do with it. So you can start seeing the division between who is truly people who are true worshipers of the Most High and who are not. Because these are the sort of tests that I believe mankind has to go through to see and make that division. Just like how the Bible talks about, And I don't believe these people have God's favor at all, and I'm convinced of it. You can't convince me otherwise. So I think people get sucked up into appearances. Like I said, I didn't like Joel's mom, but I remember I thought that she was a respectable person, meaning she may not have liked me, we may not have gotten along, but I never thought that she was as twisted and warped until, the last few years I started thinking about it. But by looking at her, you would think, well, she's just somebody's mom. She adopted a kid. Isn't that sweet that she did that? Blah, 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 blah. But when you start looking at the whole picture, holy shit, this woman's crazy. She is crazy. Mentally disturbed, twisted off, and crazy. And yeah, it's totally possible. And it is possible. It's exactly what it is. People comply with mentally ill people all the time and never stop to think about whether it's right or wrong. they got maybe caught up in the religious aspect of it.